Hi there folks, it's Prepper Al here again, and today we're going to talk about DIY decontamination. Do-it-yourself decontamination in your home in a grid down, shit hits the fan situation, whether it be a nuclear attack, radiological, biological, chemical. The scenario's all the same. Basically, you have to stay in your home for as long as you can, and you only leave your home if it's an absolute life or death situation. But what do you do? How do you decontaminate when you have to return home? So let's get some facts right. Okay, if it's a biological, chemical, or a radiological attack, your suits are single use only. Your overboots, over gloves, and your respirator can be decontaminated, but as far as your suits are concerned, that's them, they're done, waste. If it's a nuclear attack and you have to go out and about, your NBC suit, CBRN suit, can last up to 28 days if decontaminated properly. So this begs the question, if you're a prepper, a survivalist, you have to ask, how many suits do you have to buy, and what reasons can you imagine why you have to leave your home? So that's that. Equipment that you will need to decontaminate. So as I mentioned in my other video, decontamination papers powders 1 and 2. You will also need that as the fuller's earth. You will also need hard clothes brush, long handle broom, large container, and which to put hot soapy water in. Okay, right. Now let's see, how will you set up your home? So here's my home. Front door, back door. Then I've got a side door that leads into the garage, and then I've got another back door in the garage that leads to the garden. This is the main entrance for the car, so that will be sealed up. And how do you seal it with? You seal it with heavy industrial plastics and spacers. This type of thick plastic spacers you get in warehouses that stop the birds from flying in, or thick industrial plastic sheets that you can divide the garage from top to bottom, and you can make makeshift doors that lead into each four sections of the garage and then back into your house. So this is the idea. If it's a nuclear, right, so also, my apologies, in chamber 1 and chamber 2, this is where you will stash as much fuller's earth and as you will need. This is where you will keep hard brushes to wipe down the radiation. So this is your immediate decontamination, and then this is your further decontamination chamber for your oversuit and your equipment. So this is the scenario here. Right, that's a nuclear attack. You, for some reason, you've been in your house and you've had to go out. So you've suited and booted and you've went out. Now you have to come home. So it's a radiation, it's nuclear attack. So you come into your house. Okay, very good, right. And in this area here, what do? You get your hard brush and you wipe off as much of the radiation dust as you can. You will then decontaminate your over gloves, your over boots, and the front of your respirator. You will then come through the plastic double doors into chamber 2, whereby you will take off your suit. You will further decontaminate your suit with more fuller's earth. You will then decontaminate your face, your head, your neck. You will then submerge, take your gloves off. You will decontaminate your hands. You will then decontaminate the inside and outside of your respirator. You will then submerge your respirator, take the canister off. You will submerge it in hot soapy water. You will do the same with your over boots and your over gloves. You will then put your oversuit hanging up in a wee cupboard somewhere. You will then strip off completely and throw any underwear that you had on. So if I was going out and about, I would only have, under my NBC suit, I would only have my socks, boxers and maybe a vest. And then I would put them in a plastic bag and throw them in the dump chamber. This is a dump chamber. Just anything that you don't need, you just throw it in here. Once you've done that, you will come through to chamber 3, and whether you've got a makeshift hot shower or another container with hot soapy water, you will give yourself a full body wash. Then you will go into chamber 4 and you will wait a little while, maybe 30 minutes, 60 minutes, to see if you've been contaminated, if you've been taken ill by radiation. Then, if you get the all clear, you come back into your house and spend time with your family. Right, if it's a biological, chemical or radiological attack, this is what you do right away. You come into chamber 1, you decontaminate your gloves, you decontaminate your overboots, you decontaminate the front of your mask. Then you take your jacket off, put it in a double plastic bag. You then take scissors or whatever and rip your NBC trousers off. Put them in a double plastic bag. You'll then come through here. You will then further decontaminate with Fuller's Earth every part of your body that you can. You will then dump your used NBC suit into your dump chamber. You will then dump your NBC suit into your dump chamber. You will come back into here. You will then submerge your overboots, your respirator and your overgloves in hot soapy water. You will then come through the body chamber number 3, hot soapy wash or hot soapy shower, then wait in chamber 4 before going into your home. So the difference between radiation and radiological, chemical and biological is that with radiation you can decontaminate your suit and keep it. With biological, chemical or radiological, you dump your suit. It's done. So that is how I would set up my home. So you basically get the garage, divide it into 4 sections, have a big ass plastic tent on the outside. So in one side, decontaminate, dump if you have to, through, body wash, wait, then back home. So decontamination in an urban setting for a prepper survivalist, for you and your family, it's time consuming. You're going to need a lot of chemicals, you're going to need a lot of Fuller's Earth, you're going to need hot soapy brushes to wash yourself off. In the military bases, they've got teams of men and women who will put you on basically an assembly line. You'll get hosed down with hot water, with chemicals. You'll have teams with long brushes to stand there and scrub you whilst you're in your NBC suit. Then your NBC suit will either be stored or it'll be destroyed and you'll be issued with new ones. That's the trouble with the whole CBRN NBC. It's very scary scenarios, and the DIY decontamination, you're going to have to practice. Now that setup could take you days. If you've not got it set up now, you have to think about if you live in a flat, an apartment, or in a semi-detached home, or a detached home like myself. Think about what are you going to do? How are you going to set up a decontamination chamber in your house? This is luxury. This is a luxury chamber, decontamination chamber. Let's subdivide it into 4 sections really, 5 sections really, including the dump. You know, you might not have that opportunity. So, this is a theory, so in my next video I'll show you how to do a basic decontamination. My apologies for the quality of the video. I don't believe in doing cool slick videos. I just like to try and get straight to the point. There we go. Chamber 1, undercover, initial decontamination. Chamber 2, discard soot, initial decontamination of your body and your equipment. The dump for suits exposed to chemical, biological, radiological, or torn and ripped. If your suit's torn and ripped, it's done. Dump it. Chamber 3, full body wash, hot soapy water. And chamber 4, wait and assess if you are ill. And if you're ill, basically I would suit back up, leave the home, and because you don't want to decontaminate your loved ones. That sounds a little bit, oh, ow, ouch, but that's true. That is why when that is a CBRN NBC situation, you should try and stay in your home for as long as you can. Make sure you've got 2, 3, 4, whatever weeks of food, water and medicine stockpiled in your house. And try and seal your house up with plastic and Gorilla duct tape, whatever, as best as you can. Right, kind of rambling on a little bit here. I'm just trying to get you a whole overview of how this is my CBRN decontamination setup. If you can do better, please make a video. Go for it. Leave a comment. Not a problem. Just think about how you can apply these pointers to your home. Okay, right, this is Prepper Al here. Thanks for tuning in. My next video will be a practical video. So, thank you again. Right, bye.